If you go there today, all you'll find is a dense, overgrown wilderness. 31 acres in the middle of the James River that was once known as an island playground. In the early 1900s, it was a recreational hotbed with tennis courts, ball fields, swimming pools, and more. But as often happens over the course of time, the island would slowly lose its appeal. The number of visitors would dwindle. And by 1963, the island playground had become a distant memory. It was then that Dr. Jerry Falwell, pastor of the 7-year-old Thomas Road Baptist Church, would see potential in this river hideaway. He would buy it, rename it Treasure Island, and give it a new purpose as an evangelistic outreach to the youth of the community.
The kids all come free. Most of them are kids who would not get in any youth camp anywhere if it were not for Treasure Island.
Many children's lives would be changed through Treasure Island youth camps, but there was much more to come. 1971 saw the founding of Lynchburg Baptist College. The new school had no central campus to call home, so Treasure Island would serve as one of several dorm locations around the city. Those students assigned to Treasure Island were somewhat underwhelmed by what they saw.
When I got there, they took me to this place called Treasure Island, where we literally made our bunk beds with hammer and nails and painted the dorms.
Now they had nice grass, but as far as the living accommodations, it was a glorified youth camp.
It was hot, there was no air conditioning. You're in the middle of a humid island, mosquitoes, humidity is thick.
I was afraid that at midnight that the James River was going to rise up, that Treasure Island was going to get washed away.
Getting to the island was an adventure in itself. A bridge built in 1921 was designed for small cars, not for buses.
You had to get off the Sunday school buses, walk across the bridge, rain or shine. You never went across that bridge on the bus. And then on the other side, you got back on it.
In 1973, just 2 years after the school's founding, the Liberty football program was launched, with Treasure Island becoming the team's headquarters. First-year players were more than a little surprised at what they found when they arrived.
We came to the island and we're crossing the bridge and we're going, is this where we're going? This is it? This is it?
Took a look at Treasure Island, and what was there was just not much.
You see the practice field, I don't even remember a goalpost being there.
It was a bit of an eye-opener. Didn't realize it was so primitive.
We had no facilities. We didn't have a weight room.
We didn't have but a few footballs. Second and third string players had to share helmets and shoulder pads, didn't have enough equipment.
We were sharing helmets and sharing everything but mouthpieces.
We had one whirlpool, you had to put your name on it. You didn't get to get in it more than once a week if you got to get in it then.
We wanted good food too at the time. Didn't have much of that either.
With all the challenges that Treasure Island presented, it was something else that would keep these first-year players together.
You unload your suitcase and bag, and you look around, and it's your teammates.
It was a family, and the culture around that was really strong.
There was a core group of guys that we made a pact together, and we said, you know what, we've made a commitment to Dr. Falwell. We made a commitment to LBC. We made a commitment to each other.
Man, we were not going to abandon one another. And it really was a band of brothers. These guys, I get emotional.
We don't feel we came here by accident the first year. We kind of feel like disciples. We were called here for a purpose.
Treasure Island would serve Liberty University well for the next 12 years, but all that ended abruptly on November 5th, 1985. Major flooding spawned by the remnants of Hurricane Juan would spell the end of the line for the island. The rickety old bridge was washed away. The dorms destroyed. Vehicles littered the landscape. football building wasn't spared from nature's fury. Liberty University would have to find another home for its football team, and Treasure Island was abandoned. Today, nature has reclaimed the island, restoring it to what it must have looked like centuries ago. But still visible is what remains of the football headquarters, a silent testimony to those early days of Liberty University and the football pioneers who stayed the course.
It was a tough place to live and work, but we loved it. And it really was pretty special to be there and be part of that history and that heritage.